3 allegedly true school lockdown horror stories.
I was in my second year of high school. Every year, our school was required to perform at least 2 lockdown drills. But our principal at the time would always have us do more like 3 or 4, so I was pretty used to it. All of the teachers would always warn us ahead of time to save any panic. That morning, as I walked into my first period class...
I ain't ever have teachers warn me about a fucking lockdown in high school. That shit just happened. I loved lockdown drills. Even though I thought the drills were dumb, because a lot of the time I thought it was stupid for, like, school shooter drills and shit, because it kind of, like, instilled not moving. I know different states do different school drills in different schools and shit, but mine, I always thought my drills were dumb. Even though I thought the drills were dumb, it wasted class time, and I fucking loved that.
Like every other drill, he explained how the school was going into lockdown, but that it was just a practice drill. He explained that should there ever be a real lockdown, the buzzer would sound for longer, and there would be no intercom announcement. Our teacher instructed all of us to shut the curtains and go into the corner of the classroom that was not visible from the outside door.
Now, this is a prime classroom to just jump out the fucking window, right? This is a prime classroom because that's the door you hear. You hear the school shooter drill thing? Yep. Open that bitch. Jump out.
For the next few minutes, we sat in silence. Eventually, we heard footsteps outside. It was the principal trying every classroom door to make sure they were locked and that the classes were responding to the lockdown correctly. Before I knew it, the drill was over. The day progressed, and I was now sitting in my physics class, which was right after lunch. At some point, I ducked out of the class to use the bathroom. Now, our school building...
I always worried about that. What if I'm in the bathroom during a school shooter drill? What if I'm in the bathroom during a real school shooter scenario? I'd climb into the fucking ceiling. I've thought about that.
I was sitting in one of the back stalls.
Oh my god, you're taking a shit too? Fuck. You're taking a shit, the school shooter drill fucking sounds off? Am I wiping my ass? Am I wiping my ass? No. No. I'm gonna keep it real? No. No, I'll do a double wipe, right? I would do a double wipe. If the school shooter drill sounds off, I'm not gonna be running out with just shit all over my ass. But I'll be doing the quick, you know how you always do like the triple check wipe where like you're just making sure that there's not shit anywhere and blah blah blah. I'm gonna do like the first 3 wipes fast as hell. I might even miss the toilet, just throw that fucking dirty ass wipe on the ground, and then I'm out that bitch.
I was the only one in there, which was usually the case. All of a sudden, I heard the lockdown buzzer start going off from outside in the hall.
Oh my god, the same day the drill already happened? It
sounded for about a full minute before it abruptly stopped. I waited for the principal's voice to come over the speakers, but it never did.
Oh my god, if I heard a gunshot,
like
I
I
would freak
mentioned
out.
earlier,
If I heard somebody walk into the bathroom, I would fucking hike my legs up, and I would sit there and I'd be shaking. Fuck.
It was supposed to signify a real lockdown. At first, I didn't really think it was a real lockdown, though. It happened too close to the practice lockdown earlier that morning. I thought it was just a second part to the drill. But as I sat there for a few more minutes, I started to realize that if that were the case, that probably would have been explained over the intercom. I started to panic, now thinking this was real. I wasn't safe in the bathroom. The door had no lock, so I ran outside to try and find a
door had no lock! Buddy, you picking that room? Buddy, that's your first problem. Ain't safe it. Number one, even if it was locked, you're not going to be safe. You could just fucking shoot through it. Or under it, because you could see under the stalls, or over them. Number 2, you're taking a shit with a stall with no lock?
There wasn't much for options in that basement. It was also hard to see now that they turned the hall lights off. But I did eventually find a classroom door. I tried the handle. It was locked. I looked in through the glass part of the door.
That's what happened in the Parkland shooting. The fire alarm had a drill at the beginning of the day, and then the shooter pulled up at 4th period. Oh, it's probably confused them.
In one of the corners, I could barely make out a kid hiding. There was a class inside. I banged on the door, explaining that I was a student and trying to hide. I got no response.
And that's where I run outside. And that's when I bolt outside as fast as I can. Wherever outside is, that's your only bet. If you're just standing in the hallway, they're not going to let you in. Because you could be the school shooter.
I realized protocol was to never let anyone inside no matter what. I was on my own. I thought about going back to the bathroom, but found an empty computer lab first and settled on that. I got under one of the back desks, and for the second time that day, sat in silence. Only this time for a real lockdown.
Damn, where would y'all go? I feel like outside, but damn, dude, because then, like, what they're gonna see you run in the, like I always say, jumping out the window, because then you're just outside. But if you run into the hall, if you're in the hallway, you're in the bathroom, you gotta go hallway. That's where they're gonna be. Trash can. Trash can. Yes. Oh my God, that is a fucking high IQ.
10 minutes went by. Nothing. Not even an update over the
Your
intercom.
car? Dude, your car. Buddy, if I get in my car, I'm just driving away. Your car? You're hiding in your car, just drive away. What do you mean?
The hard-dropping sound of running footsteps from outside coming down the basement stairs. I could hear the person's heavy breathing. It kept getting closer. It now sounded like it was just outside the room. I started adjusting my body position to try and duck down more to get further out of view, when a light turned on.
Oh, fuck.
It was the light to the computer on the desk above me waking up. I must have accidentally pulled the mouse cord. It wasn't that bright, but it was enough for me to make out a silhouette in the doorway to the room. I genuinely feared for my life in that moment. The person was just standing there. I prayed they wouldn't enter the room, and after what felt like an eternity, they turned and continued running down the hallway. A few minutes later, and the lockdown was over. The school tried to keep the incident silent, but it eventually got out. Apparently, a kid in my grade that I actually slightly knew stole his dad's gun and got into school through a back door he left propped open earlier in the day. Police showed up to the school and detained him before any bullets were shot. They later searched his backpack and found a paper with a list of names on it, which they believe was who he meant to kill that day.
And imagine your name was on that list. Nah.
I never heard if the kid just got scared and decided not to do anything, or if he just genuinely didn't find anybody after entering the building. Either way,
Bro, I'm making sure that motherfucker gets a life sentence. When he's out, I would move states. When he leaves, whatever state he's in, I'm not. What did you do to get that kid to want to kill you? Probably bullied him. Being real.
Back in October of 2016, for whatever reason, these killer clown sightings kept
number 2
getting reported around America. Real or fake, videos of them would almost always get posted somewhere.
I always said, killer clown, bro. Yeah, I remember that dumbass trend. Killer clown, bro. Somebody steps in front of my car dressed as a killer clown at that time. I'm running them the fuck over. You're not about to get me to pull over and then yank me out of my car and stab me. I'm running you over, okay? You have no business dressed in a clown outfit in the middle of the fucking road. So don't try and reason with me afterwards that you were just trying to get some help with your fucking broken down car. Buddy, the traveling circus hasn't been here in 10 years. I'm running you the fuck over.
For that whole month, it was all over the news. I remember in our town specifically, it kind of got out of hand. People in the area were committing real crimes wearing clown.
Somebody said maybe he deserved it. Yeah, I don't think that kid deserved death. What kind of bullying would deserve death?
Back when this was happening, I was in high school. Throughout that whole month, many of the staff and student school emails received threats. They were always from a different random email address, so there was no real way of blocking them.
Did I tell y'all about the one time we had a school shooter, actual, not drill, but, threat? My junior year, which would be 2018, 2019. I was in my Spanish 3 class. I think I briefly told this. The day before, this one kid kept telling everybody in choir how easy it would be to kill everybody if he wanted to during mass. And somebody, told the teacher... And I don't know if he actually said he was going to kill everybody, but he was talking about it pretty weirdly. And I was sitting in one of the buildings after this threat came out. It wasn't even a drill. They were, serious about it. And I was sitting there, and I was in my Spanish 3. The teacher was Father Jerome, who is now passed. Rip in the chat. I'm sitting there, and me and Father Jerome used to have some beef. You know, I had him a few times. He was one of the only priests that I actually had for multiple classes. And I was sitting there and I was telling Father Jerome, I said, Father, if I hear a gunshot, I am not sitting in this building. And I told him that. And he didn't respond. He just looked at me. And I was dead ass like, Father, if I hear a gunshot right now, I am out of this building faster than fucking Bugs Bunny, faster than Roadrunner. I'm out of that bitch like Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious 10, the trailer we just watched. I am not fucking sitting here waiting to die. 20, 30 minutes go by, way longer than a regular drill. We're almost sitting there the whole class period. And they eventually come up and they're like, okay, it's okay. Kid got suspended for 2 weeks, comes back. But he went to like therapy or some shit. They let him back. I'm like, yo, you're out of your fucking mind.
It got so bad that the school had to send out a mass email to all students and parents saying they were aware of the threats and were taking them seriously. The teachers were instructed to teach with their classroom doors locked. Needless to say, a lot of us were on edge. I have no shame in saying it was really
I ain't even remember what the fuck's going on right now.
I saw some of the things the emails were saying. A lot of it was really graphic and truly disturbing. Of course, at the time, none of us knew if anyone was really planning to act on these threats, or if it was just someone somewhere behind a computer screen playing a sick joke. But honestly, it felt like only a matter of time before something would go down. I was in my trigonometry class when the school's lockdown alarm went off. Our principal's voice then came over the loudspeaker. His voice was shaky. Now, our principal was a pretty intimidating dude, so hearing fear in his voice...
Nah, that scared the fuck out of me. That scared the fuck out of me. That kid sitting in the corner, oh my god.
...furthered my own fear. I knew this lockdown had to be related to the threats. In that classroom, there wasn't really a good corner for all of us to hide in. You could see a good portion of the room from outside the door. So our teacher ordered us to barricade the door with all the desks and chairs in the room. We then sat as far away from the door as we could, although even this provided a clear view of the glass window on the door. I watched as all the lights abruptly turned off in the hallway, shortly followed by the lights in the classroom. The familiar hum of the heating system faded. The school had cut the power. It was eerie. The whole building was quiet, and there wasn't the usual whispering or joking around from other students like there was during practice drills for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even our teacher had a look of fear on his face, putting me more on edge. We sat there for multiple minutes.
Yo, if I was in high school, though, and a school shooter broke into my classroom and didn't kill me, I would torture him. I would beat the fuck out of him. I wouldn't actually torture him. I would beat the shit out of him. If, like, I've always said that. Like, bro, a fucking school shooter breaks into your room, breaks into your classroom, and then they don't kill you. Oh, no, they're dead. Oh, I'm breaking their kneecaps. Oh, it's fucking over.
A voice started yelling.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm literally jumping out the window.
Quietly began crying. The noises continued off and on for the next few minutes. As time passed, the noises kept getting louder, as whoever was making them seemingly kept getting closer.
Then it's your time to fucking skedaddle. That's your time to fucking leave.
At this point,
you hear it's far away? Good shit. I'm out.
My classmates and I were staring at each other, all of us gauging each other's reactions. Then the sound of the classroom's door handle rattling. I looked up. Through the glass on the door, I saw a clown mask looking in. The person stood there for a while, not doing anything.
I don't believe this.
Then they abruptly ducked down out of view, and the sound of the door handle rattling continued. They were trying to pick the lock. We all sat there listening to this happen, when the lock disengaged. Immediately, the full body force of this person smashed into the door. The desks barricading the door slightly shifted back. This happened a few more times, but not much progress was made. They eventually gave up, and we could hear their footsteps running away down the hall. When police arrived, they cleared the building and escorted all of us out. No one was ever found responsible for the lockdown. It's believed at least 3 people dressed in clown costumes entered the back entrance of the school that day, intent on making true to the threats sent over email. At the
Principal
time,
said that's when I get scissors and stand behind the door. No, that's when I barricade that shit more laying on the ground.
the school did have some cameras, but during the lockdown they cut the power, so they never caught anything. This happened in 2013. I had graduated college the year prior with a degree in education. I wanted to be a teacher and was able to land a job at a nearby high school. The first few weeks I was shadowing another teacher, as they called it. It was meant to help me prepare to teach my own class, but it really just felt like a glorified TA position. I would sit in the class with the other students and help the teacher when needed. It was a chemistry class, and on one of the lab days, we required those flasks used for chemical reactions, measuring solutions, and stuff like that. All of that type of stuff was kept in a supply closet on the other side of the building. I made my way out of the class and started heading over there. After 2 minutes,
I got locked in the chemical room one time in my chem class. I got really nervous too because it smelled pretty bad and I thought I was gonna die.
All of a sudden, my phone went off. It was an automatic text message from the school. Being a part of the staff, we were required to sign up to receive these automated messages. The text explained how the school was going into lockdown and that it was not a drill. By the time I would have made it back to my class, the door would have likely already been locked,
Oh, buddy,
so I
wasn't in
opted to hide in the
class?
closet by myself. I turned off the light and closed the door.
I'm hiding in that trash can.
There wasn't much room to sit down. I had to just stand there in the dark. After a few seconds, the lockdown alarm sounded from the speakers throughout the building. The usual ambience from inside nearby classrooms immediately died down. It was now completely quiet.
The trash can strat. You fucking put it over your head like a traffic cone and just like shimmy down the hallway.
Breaking the silence was the sound of my phone going off again. It was an update. It read, "Please remain in lockdown. A suspected armed intruder has entered the building. Police have been notified." I could feel my heart picking up speed. I didn't feel safe where I was. Suddenly, I heard running footsteps in the hall. They ran right up to the closet door and stopped.
Damn, chat. All right, I'm going to lay out a scenario for you. A school shooter enters the building. You're in the hallway. You get into a closet and you shut the door. Somebody starts banging on the door. Let me in. Let me in, please. Bro, I don't have anywhere else to go. Are you letting them in? I wouldn't know because my worry, like, I would say no just because they could be the school shooter, right? My worry, though, would be, what if they're not? And then you hear them get killed in front of the door. Because that would be pretty shitty, and then you would kind of live with the regret of that for the rest of your life.
The doorknob turned and the door opened. It all happened before I even had time to react. Standing outside was an older man in maybe his 50s. He was wearing a regular t-shirt with jeans. I'd never seen the man before. He asked if he could hide in here with me, and feeling bad for the guy, I said yes. There wasn't much room at all, but we both still fit. The man explained how he had been teaching a class down the hall when he heard the lockdown alarm. In my mind, this raised a red flag. Why then was he here instead of with his class?
Yeah, that's mad weird.
I asked him this. He didn't immediately respond. Interrupting the silence was again the sound of my phone. It was another update from the school.
It's another update from the school. Suspect presumed to be in 50s. Look, and then it just describes what he looks like. And it's the guy you're right next to. I'd fucking freak out. I wouldn't know what to do. I would freeze.
The text said to not open our classroom doors for any reason, and that the suspect was believed to be an older man with a beard.
Ah!
I frantically reread the words on my screen. I didn't get the best look at this guy, but from what I did see, he fit that description. I could now distinctly hear my heart beating out of my chest. I made a split-second decision. I opened up the closet door and ran. I went straight to the nearest exit and out to my car in the parking lot. When I got there, I looked back behind me. I didn't see anything. I don't think the man followed me, or at least he didn't follow me outside. From there, I got in my car and left. I'd say around 25 minutes later, I received a final update text explaining that the police had cleared the building and the lockdown was over. I later learned the man had gotten inside by convincing the front desk that he was there to pick up his kid, but that a lockdown was called when they saw a gun holster around his waist as he was walking down the hall. Several teachers reported their classroom doors being forcefully struck during the lockdown from someone trying to open them. The man was gone when police arrived, and they were never able to identify him. He was caught on the school's security cameras, but they never showed a full view of his face.
Are you fucking kidding me?
However, they did show that he was indeed armed. I saw the videos myself, and I'm almost sure it was the same man hiding with me.
Nah!
It was also dark in that closet, so I can't be certain.
Well, who else would it have fucking been? All right, whatever. That was a good video. We're gonna call it there, chat. W stream. W 4-hour stream.